Beautiful good evening from India. And how can I miss good morning and an energetic noon too to all the beautiful and pious souls across the globe. I, Supriya Kumar Velan, welcome you all to our global talk show, which inspires millions and zillions by none other than Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today's show is going to be super fantastic and super exciting because today we have a beautiful, gorgeous guest, Vilma Da Luz Barbosa from Brazil. Vilma, welcome to our show.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for having me here. It's a great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome. She is graduated in languages. And when I say about languages, she is a queen of languages because she knows not only one or two, but millions and millions of languages, Portuguese, Spanish, English, and so on. She has been working as an international English teacher, coach, and mentor for quite a long time. She worked in public and private schools as well as private English course schools. She has been taking part in many webinars, seminars, and conferences, as we can see on all social media. She has been an international speaker about and moderator too about communicating and teaching English. And if I talk about Vilma passion, the passion is very simple, that is learning and sharing. And she has been a member of so many international organizations and working day and night very hard to learn and grow on and on. So let's start our journey, Vilma.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
And before I take my next question, I am super excited to know we all are seeing you everywhere, every day with some or other platform in a speech or some other uh, speaking platforms. So I would like to know in this pandemic, how did you start your journey and your great journey, which I must say? Yeah.
Well, I got started with all these learning, I can say, in the beginning of the pandemic, because from day to night, we had to teach online our students, and then I was in panic because I had no idea how to teach them online, and that I was worried about making them learn in the same efficient way they were learning in school. So I started searching on the internet how to teach them in a more efficient way, how to make them more interested in learning English. And then I started meeting different teachers across the globe that were with the same issues that I was. They were also worried about making different kinds of classes, teaching a different way. And then that way I started learning different tools and different ways to teach the students in a good way. And then from now on, I never stopped it because I met some teachers that were part of international platforms. And as I like learning different things, as I like doing different things, I am always active. I like grabbing the opportunities. So if someone invites me for a meeting, there I am. If there is a workshop about something related to learning and improving ourselves, there I am. And then I got started that way, and I started receiving some invitations for different groups, and then I was always accepting because I truly believe that we have to accept the challenges and the opportunities to grow and learn every day. And then that is the way I got started. And today, almost 2 years later, I can say that I am 100% better than I was before. I am teaching better, I am speaking better, and communicating better. I've learned a lot these days, and that's fantastic. That's simply amazing.
That's pretty awesome, Vilma. The how the you have told about your journey. Basically, I have seen in this COVID time pandemic some of the people, got depressed, or they talk about mostly their problems or anxiety. But a woman like you, how she has took this time, how to utilize it, being an English and a linguistic, you took this time, you utilize it, and you made yourself that I can say 100%. Because I can see you everywhere about your lectures, your great speeches, and even I've heard you. That's so insightful. So that's lovely, lovely journey. Thank you, Vilma, for inspiring our live audience also and making them the best version. Well, moving to
Well,
my journey, Vilma, when you were moving in your journey, we always feel that there are some obstacles comes. Basically, it happens with everyone. So I would like to know with you any obstacles and what kind of it you have encountered in your life or in your journey, and most important, how you have overcome out of it.
well, um, we always have obstacles in our lives, sure. The thing is the way you deal with them. And then I learned it from my parents since I was a child to overcome the difficulties that we have in life. Because if you wanna, I learned it from them. If you wanna become a better person, if you want a better future, you have to try and do your best. And it doesn't matter the problem you have to deal with the problem. If you stop and cry, it that won't solve the problem. Then you have to find a way to find a solution for the problem. And I've been listening from my dad since I was a child, telling me, Vilma, believe in yourself that you are able to do anything, believe and study. I am from a very simple family, and we were living in the countryside since I was a child. And then, since I was very small, my dad was telling me, believe in yourself and study, that someday you will be a, a very good person. Someday you will be important in people's lives, and you will change your life. And that was what I was always doing. So when I was 13 years old and I was living a farm, my parents were there planting tomatoes, and I was there around helping with the tomatoes, helping with the goats, and I was happy doing that. This is something that I learned from my dad. It doesn't matter what you have to do it with a smile on your face, do it with your mind and heart, do it in a happy way, because this way you will be happy doing. It doesn't matter what you have to do, and I've always been doing that. And then when I was 13 years old, a great chance came to my life. The owner of the farm we used to live was the owner of an English school. And then, as I was always active there doing all this stuff, he looked at me one day and said, Vilma, would you like to study English? And then I looked at him, and I remember that I was like so excited. And then I told him, of course, that is my dream. But my parents didn't have money. Sometimes they didn't have any money to buy even the food. And then I told him, how can I ask them to pay for the English course? They are not able to. And then he told me, since I can see that you are always so active, you are always doing all this stuff in a good way. If you want, I can give you the English course as a present. And I, yeah, and then of course I accept. I was so happy, and I told him that I would be his best student and he would be proud of me. And then he gave me the English course as a present, and I started studying really, really hard. And then I became his one of his best students. Today he says that I was one of his best students. And then this way, I learned English for free with his scholarship, but I always gave my best. I wanted to be his best student because I didn't want he regretted giving me the opportunity. And then I grabbed the opportunity and learned it. And later he taught me that I could go to university with also with scholarship if I wanted to, because we didn't have any opportunities. We didn't have money to pay for that. But he taught me that I could go to university for free if I really wanted to. And then I went there and found that it was true. And then I graduated English, Portuguese, and Spanish. And I studied really hard, and then through studying, I changed my life. I grabbed always the good opportunities, and I say that English completely changed my life, because if I didn't have the chance and if I didn't study hard that way, maybe today I would be there still planting tomatoes or something like that. But today I have the chance of being here in the international world, and I have the chance to meet you, Supriya, wonderful girl, and many other teachers around the world, and many people that have taught me how to be a better person. And the most beautiful thing is that I have the chance to teach my students, to empower my students to do the same. Sometimes they tell me, teacher, I don't have any money, I can't do that. And I tell them, if I learn it, I had just a pen and a small dictionary that teacher that they gave me, my angel who gave me the English course. And I learned it with that. I didn't have the internet, I didn't have cell phone, and I learned it. Look at the opportunities I have today. So if I had all these opportunities, my students today, they can be the president of the United States if they want. And then they just have to believe in themselves. Then this is the way I learned to overcome the difficulties, always grabbing the opportunities. Don't complain. It doesn't matter what are the difficulties that you have in your life. If you stop and complain, you won't change anything. But if you try your best, if you try finding a solution, if plan A isn't working, stop with that and works on plan B, and then try doing your best always. It doesn't matter what your activity is, how simple it is. Give your best, give your heart on it, and for sure you have better opportunities. But first of all, believe that you are able to. I am the proof of that if you believe, you can do that.
I don't have words, Vilma, to comment on your answer. But it's so touching and emotional when you told about your parents, your past, how you were a little child of 13 years of age, and how you wanted to study English. And I must say, the professor, the person like an angel or a fairy, you can say, came in your life because God was also watching you. Yeah, this girl wanted to do something in her life, and I must help her. And really, I must appreciate that great person who helped you in teaching English. And really, today we can get the very best, I can say, a woman who has proved herself that nothing is impossible in this world. Only thing, you have to believe in your capabilities. When world said about Vilma, you can't, she proved, she believed in her capabilities and said, yes, I can and I will do. So, Vilma, thank you so much for this lovely and so much inspiration. When you were telling your this incident, I felt a little bit emotional. So, it's really touched. And I'm sure, Vilma, the live audience will get a lot of inspiration from your life. And whatever they are doing, no matter whosoever they have been stopped by, they will still move on because you have proved them to go on to their life, dart forward in their mission, accomplish it, and never complains to your life. Wow, that's really an awesome answer. Super. Well,
Thank
Vilma,
you.
when we are moving to this lovely and inspirational journey in your life, is that any aha moment came in your life? Wow, aha moment. Yes. So please explain that. I would love to know that.
You mean a difficult moment?
No, a very great moment, aha moment, or wow moment, you can say.
Okay. Well, I've had great moments in my life, and I am the kind of person that learned to appreciate every simple moment. And then my students can say that sometimes when I learn a different tool, and if I am with a problem in the classroom and they teach me how to do that, and I am, wow, thank you. You made my day. And then I am the kind of person who becomes happy for every single simple things. And my students say, "Oh, teacher, you are really really easy to please because you are always you become happy with simple things." But this is the thing that I learned to appreciate life, because sometimes people wait to be happy. Oh, when I have a new car, when I am rich, when I can go to the United States, when I graduate. And I learned it from my parents and with the people that are next to me, that you have to appreciate the moment that you have now. So I try making every new challenge that I can, every new thing that I can do. I like appreciating this. But if I can think about one moment that I was like, oh my gosh, I made it, was when in 2015, when I had the chance to be on an exchange program to the United States. And when I saw myself at Times Square in New York, then that was one of the happiest moments in my life, because I had been working as an English teacher for a long time, and looking at the Times Square, watching Times Square on videos, on movies, was like a dream. I could imagine myself, but I never thought that I would be there someday. And when I saw myself in Times Square, I was like, oh my gosh, all dreams can come true. And at that moment, I see that studying really hard, that giving my best for everything that I was supposed to do was really worth it. And then um, that moment, I believe that I was sure that what I had been believing all my life, that if you really want, you can. That at that moment, I was sure that my quote was my dad's quote was true. And then that's why today I feel I have this mission. Uh, Inspiring others to believe in their dreams, because it doesn't matter how hard or how difficult you think your dream is. If you believe, if you work hard, if you have some goals and you never stop, you never give up, you will get there. It doesn't matter how difficult it is, because I am the proof of that. And then I learned English. I become a better person every day. And the good thing about being a teacher is that we have this power to empower other people. We have the power to change their lives. And I have this mission because someone changed my life. A teacher changed my life. And this is what I want to do. I want to have the chance to empower others, to change their lives, and mainly teaching English. A lot of people are so afraid of communicating. They think that they are not able to. They have lots of fears. And when I teach them that these fears are not necessary, that it's not necessary being afraid of communicating English, because no one uh, from another country will look at you and will laugh at your English, then they become empowered. And this is these moments when I listen to my students telling me, teacher, I can communicate in English. You are right. I can understand. And these small moments are wow moments for me. When I look that my
Exactly.
student is happy, when I see their eyes shining because they were able to do what they thought they couldn't, then all these moments are for me wow moments. And now I am having a wow moment being here with you, because I can see on this platform many, many important people, lots of people who have inspired me. I have been learning a lot with all of them, and I have the opportunity of being here, the same as they have. So, wow, what a moment. Thank you, Supriya. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Well, Ma, I will say only one thing. When you told me about your inspiring story, which was full of so many hurdles, but you have crossed those hurdles. And now you're communicating so well in English that I couldn't believe that in past you were unable to speak English. That's really a magic. And this magic has not happened just because of one day hard work. She constantly and consistently trying day and night, speaking to platforms. And now we can see the gem. Vilma, and she's communicating so well. And I must say, her students are really, really lucky to have such a guide, such a mentor, such a great teacher who inspires. And Vilma, one line really touched my heart, that enjoy every moment of your life. Because really, I reciprocate the same. Life is unpredictable because we never know what happens in the next moment of your life. And generally, people, they think, okay, when I'll get a car or bungalow, that time I will be happy. So, but they avoid small, small happiness, which really matters a lot in their life. So, you have proved, and I will recommend and request my all viewers to please follow what Vilma has said just now. Try to love each and every moment of your life, and don't wait for a big happiness, because we wait lifelong and that big happiness never arrives, or all life spent, but we will not get. So you have the reality, that is now. And now I'm enjoying this show with Vilma, and it is super exciting show. I'm really, really touched, humbled, and honored. Well, Vilma, it's really a great journey. And now my next question, which was popping up in my mind, that there's many people who still faces problems in communication and English language. So how to improve? Please give us the steps.
Mhm. Well, this is something that I've been doing lately. I've been working as a coach, helping people who have been studying English for many years, but they are afraid of communicating. And then I'm helping them what to do to improve their skills. Well, the best way to improve is practicing English. So stop being afraid, because the biggest fear for Brazilians, or and I've seen, as I have international students these days, I have students from Italy, from Spain, from German, and I can see that this fear of being judged, this fear of making mistakes, is something that people from every country has. So you don't have to be afraid. I try teaching them that they don't have to be afraid of making mistakes, because when you are into international meetings and platforms, no one there is correcting other people's English. No one there is worried about, oh, but Supriya said that in a different way. No, no one is worried about that. People just want to communicate with you. So I started with international projects, bringing my students to international meetings and platforms, and then they have the opportunity to communicate with people from another countries, because who are the ones who laugh at your English? Unfortunately, Brazilian people laugh at other Brazilian people English, and I could see that people from the same country laugh at each other, like judging, oh, my English is better than yours. But when you talk with people from another countries, they are not worried about that. They just want to communicate. So the best way to improve is come to international platforms, come to international meetings, and communicate with other people. This week, one of my students told me, teacher, I've been communicating with people from another countries, but I haven't been using, I've been using my basic English. And I was telling her, this is real communication, because when you communicate with people from another countries, you're gonna use your basic English. You want to talk about stock market or something like that, unless the person is into that. But normally we talk about the routine, about activities you did yesterday, you're gonna do next week, and this is basic English that basic students have. So empower yourself and try communicate in English. No one will judge you. No one will worry about your grammar mistakes or something like that. The moment that you have to worry about grammar mistakes is when you are writing. But when you are communicating, when you are talking with someone, just talk. If you don't remember a specific word, use another words to describe. The important thing is that you communicate. The other person is just trying to understand you. And then there's no reason to be afraid of anything, because the person is not there to judge you. The person is there to communicate with you.
Wow, this is really a lovely answer. Vilma, most of the people, they have this fear only. What other people will think. If I speak English, they will think, oh, this is the grammar part. He spoke wrong. What he will speak or what he will think. And in this juggling, they forget to communicate. That's most important. And I really reciprocate the same. Come to the international forum, speak with the people from different countries, know their accent. And most of the people, they are from different countries, they have different accent. Like Indian accent, English is different. When you talked about a US accent, is different. When we talk, when we communicate, automatically this fear will go and we will influence others to speak. So lovely answer, Vilma. And I'm
But
sure, yeah,
isn't it, Supriya, isn't it the beautiful, you talk with people from all around the globe. And isn't it the beautiful thing? The Brazilian accent, the Canadian accent, the Indian accent, the Indonesian accent. This is the identity of each person. This is what I tell my student.
definitely.
If you learn, even if you learn English for 20 years, you have always your identity, your accent, and this is the special thing about you. Don't worry about losing your accent, because this is your identity. Don't lose your identity. Be proud of it, because you are
Definitely,
unique.
definitely. Super. And one more thing I want to add, that people get fear with the accent. Like, and they start copying their accent, like, how are you, what are you doing, and all those things. So it really sounds very funny. So, my suggestion, and I also add up over here, be to your native accent. If you're speaking in your accent, be proud of that. Don't change your accent for other countries or for others to judge you. So that's really true, Vilma. And being an English coach, you are doing the fantastic job, and I really appreciate this. Beautiful. Well, moving to my this beautiful and lovely journey with Vilma, my next question coming to her is, what is Vilma's mission, goal? Yeah,
Well, my mission, as I told before, is empower people to believe in themselves. It doesn't matter where they come from. My mission is empower them and show that yes, they are able to do that. It doesn't matter what their dream is. They can do that. If they believe in themselves, they can do that. So my mission is empowering others and showing that yes, they are able to. And thank goodness I've been able to do that, to empower my students, to show them that yes, they're able to. And it's so grateful when I listen to them that today they are better, they are communicating better, not just in English, but they are communicating better at work. Yesterday I listened from a student, I am not as shy as I was before after the English classes. So I've been learning every day. About I learn about how to deal with emotions, public speaking, and I'm always learning. And I bring these techniques to my students, and this way I can empower them. And this is so grateful. So my mission is helping others and showing them that the moment to be happy is here now and not in the future when you have your dream career, when you are in New York, or when you have the the newest car, the latest car. The moment to be happy is now.
wow, that's really true, Vilma. And the mission which you told, it's really great indeed. And when your mission is great, definitely whatever hurdles comes in your way, you'll just cross it and just grab your mission. And that's you're doing lovely, fantastic. And we can say, we can see your students, which even one of the show, I have seen your students, they appreciated you a lot, and I was overwhelmed to see that show. That's really great. And I wish you all the best that one day you accomplish the biggest dream which you have dreamt and which you have seen in your life to get it. So, all the best for your future.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, now I would request you to give message to our audience, which they are waiting for a long time. Yeah.
Well, the something that I always tell my students and everyone around me is what my dad taught me: believe in yourself, believe that you are able to do what you want to, but not just believe, but work hard for it. Because if you work hard, if you believe that you are able to, if you work hard on that, you can go where no one has gone before. You can reach your goals. You just have to believe that you are able to. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do that. You are able to, you can do that, but believe that you really can.
Well, Vilma. And I'm sure your father, who must be seeing this, our live talk show, he must be feeling so much proud on his daughter today. You have proved it, Vilma. And I have no words to appreciate your audacity, your qualities, and you proved that you're unstoppable today. So thank you so much for taking out your precious time and sparing your precious time with us on this global talk show. And I'm sure this talk show today, it has been proved a milestone in everybody's life who wants to communicate in English, who wants to improve their English. And by watching this show, I am sure you will achieve your dream, you will achieve your targets in speaking English. When Vilma has proved this in this beautiful and inspirational journey, now the road of success can be yours too. Just believe in yourself. So thank you so much once again, Vilma, for our show. Yeah,
I thank you. I'm really honored and happy to be here. Thank you
same
so
here.
much.
Same
This
here.
is a moment to remember forever. Thank you.
Same here. It should be in my heart forever. And thank you so much, my viewers and live audience who are constantly supporting us, motivating us for such inspirational videos and transforming everyone's lives. So thank you so much. Stay tuned, stay positive, happy, hale, and hearty. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.